Hello. Hello, welcome. I really should have thought of a better intro before I started this, but here we are. The first thing I do want to check though is volume related stuff. Like I want to make sure that I'm not breaking your ears, but I also want to make sure that you can actually hear me. So I hope that that game audio, that video game music was a good, listenable to volume. I also hope that my voice is doing okay compared to how that was. Please excuse my awkwardness. This is the first time I've done something like this, but I think it's an exciting first step, so we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I hope that's okay. I do want to kind of like I want to give a preface to this and say that I've played through the first 3 games in this series. So Ace Attorney, this series, this franchise is nothing new to me. This is not a blind playthrough. I have replayed most of these cases. So I'm probably gonna know what to do, and it's probably gonna be a pretty smooth visual novel playthrough. Unless I get stuck, then feel free, welcome, to just help me out or just give me the answer. I don't mind spoilers at all. At all. I guess I just wanted to open this up for anyone who has also kind of played through it before, and to kind of share the experience of like looking back on the series and going, oh, that's so, like, I remember that, or like foreshadowing things that you pick up on your like second experience with a piece of media. I always think that's super fun to get into. But if you haven't seen this before, I'll try my best not to spoil anything for you, but no promises. I mean, you did choose to watch this as your first experience, which I'm very happy about. That makes me very happy that you chose this stream specifically for your first little experience into the world of Ace Attorney. That's very nice of you. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Please use chat. You never have to feel too awkward or like embarrassed to use chat. I would love to see it. That would be so cool. And I'll always try and keep an eye on chat as well to, make sure I don't miss a message or anything, although I doubt that's likely because there are very many viewers. I'm just gonna act as though I'm playing this, going through it. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy. Let's start a new game. Yes, very first. Good one, the first turnabout. This one's pretty simple. It's just one, it's not too long. Hopefully, I don't know how long I want to draw this out. I do want to take it slow and just like get a feel for things. So I'm not going to try and rush through this case. I'm just going to see how long it ends up being. But it's a pretty short case compared to the rest of them. So if we get through it all today, that'd be great. And then we could get started on the second one as well. That'd be awesome. I'm just gonna see how long I can go before my voice gives out. I think that's a good little benchmark for me. So that might be an hour, might be less, might be more. Who knows? I don't know. This stuff isn't really of a set schedule for me. Doing this for funsies. So let's just go ahead and give it a whirl. Yes. Oh, it's heavy breathing. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Oh, goodness. I've got to find someone to pin this on. someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. We love a good murder case. August 3rd, way too early in the morning. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you. Your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job to him. I owe him that job, the one that I have. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Oh, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! Oh. I don't want to shout all that much. There's a lot of shouting in these cases, and just in these games in general, so I might not be doing that. Just to let you know. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair! Oh, I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Brilliant observation, Mia, thank you. Yeah. Nick! Hey! There, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Oh, good lord. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? Person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Newspapers say it was you. Not looking too good. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, something smells, it's usually butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. Clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Hopefully. It's our first ever case, so we're still a little green, but we'll see how far this can go. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. I want to give this guy, like, the nerdiest voice.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright? It's your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. There is a serious charge. For client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Honor. Mr. Wright, in the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Oh, how considerate, thank you. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hands shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. The defendant would be one Mr. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oh, I know this one. God, I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. A migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. No, do these instruction things. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. Begging you. Right? Who is the victim in this case? Well, lucky for me, I don't exactly have to check the court record, because I've got my memory on my side. Her name is Cindy Stone. I'll check the... Oh, she's pretty! I forgot what the profile looked like. The victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Ew. Okay. Well, we've been new. Her name is Cindy. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? Oh. Her autopsy report says that it was a loss of blood due to blunt trauma. She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. Answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Same. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon.
Didn't mean to make him stutter like that.
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor, next to the victim.
I see. Court accepts it into evidence. Statue in the shape of rather heavy. Reasonable, given it was used as a murder weapon. Right. Be sure to pay attention to heavy evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Do these things, check the court record frequently, etc., etc. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Right.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later. So be ready. Just hope he doesn't say anything fortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Yeah, I think we could tell from how he acted in the lobby.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony. Did I all die? Oh no. Wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Oh no.
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped.
In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. That's so sad. That's really sad.
He had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris the day before the murder. Didn't give her much time to settle in back home. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude. Wait.
The victim was a model, but she did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar? So sad.
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Oh, should I? Well, if we wait and see what happens, he will get convicted and, like, incarcerated, so... This isn't exactly the most lawful thing to do, realistically speaking, but we'll interject. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Oh,
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. She's gonna drop dead. And when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? Thank you for ignoring that, Judge.
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh no. No thank you for not ignoring that, Judge. Oh boy. So, not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Gulp.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. It went. Ew. Well, let's just try and keep him from talking as much as possible. Stop him from answering. Give him a signal. I like a dog. Good no. Oh no. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Well, then we'll just have to remind you.
Bad feeling about this. You and me both, Fee.
We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Dramatic. Well, based on a little intro video, we have our guesses. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw-It to the stand.
Haha, lol, saw it.
Mr. Saw-It, you sell newspaper subscriptions? Rent?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes. I hate them already. Saw it, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Okay, getting into our first testimony. So for those of you who aren't aware, I mean, the game will probably explain it to you, but you go through these lines and they're all separated deliberately, so you can, kind of comb through line by line of what they say. This is the main gameplay for trials, this testimony. Testimony is very important. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. And it's strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. Not to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Interesting. Indeed. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? Probably didn't help that I stopped him from talking. I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function. The phone Mr. Sawat used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Okay. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out. Okay, time is important. Noon to 6 p.m. And when did he say that he saw the murder? At 1. So that so far does check out. So, alright. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. Real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? What? You expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? And what the witness... Oh, then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Client really guilty. How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it. Rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Sure thing, boss. Okay, I was going door to door selling. So since this is the first case, I'm just gonna go all out and press him on everything. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. Oh, I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. You would know. The defense requests that the witness... The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture.
Of course. What the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious.
Weapon met. He left the door half open behind. Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd in a big city like this, I thought. Okay. Well, did they do anything for us? I looked inside. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. It's only human to want to peek. They climb mountains because they are there, it's the same thing.
Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside.
Why did Payne cut him off so quickly? Good observation. I didn't think about that.
So you looked at the apartment?
Then I saw... Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Okay, very well. What happened next? That checks out. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay. That's suspicious. His response, that is. Really frantic about it. You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Hold on. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Oh yeah, okay, you thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next?
Okay, the phone wasn't working. That seems like a statement that's important. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes. I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. It was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. Reached inside and tried using that to call.
And the phone wasn't working, correct?
Okay. Went to a nearby park. Okay. Why use a public phone? Oh, you see, I don't have a cell phone. Oh, by the way, this series is set in, like, the distant future of 2019, and they still use very, considerably archaic technology. So it's like flip phones and wired phone booths. Really just phone-based technology is old. But it's actually a really good excuse to pull together these cases. Because otherwise, having a smartphone would just be way too convenient. Anyway, my little rant about that. Being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. What time did you call again? 1. Okay. I don't see an issue with that so far. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes. Seems really confident. Yeah, compared to the rest of the way he's been answering things. 1 p.m.? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? How so? At 5. I was thinking about this. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Wouldn't have been dead then. Present some evidence to contradict him. Okay. Remember the time exactly. 1 p.m. Oh, I beg to differ. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes. It was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time. Sorry, I just felt myself sounding sassy. Anyway, the autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. Oh. He screeched.
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw it. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Give your testimony again? Okay. Probably gonna get a whole new testimony. I'm excited. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. That's even more suspicious than the last testimony. See, your voice. Time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. Yeah, I've got this one. And this time, that statement's true. I'm not just bluffing. Okay. I heard the time. There was a voice. Coming from the television? I find that hard to believe considering it was in the middle of a blackout. Hold it right there! Prosecution said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. This record proves it. Oh. You couldn't have heard a television. Or a video. Ah. I'm not too good with reacts like that. Little reacting noises. I will. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sod? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Right. Oh, wait, I remember now. What? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather fraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It, must have been a shock of finding the body. Well, Mr. Swart, let's hear your testimony once more, please. Okay, last one. Actually, I didn't hear the tongue. I saw it. Ha 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 ha. Call back to your pun name of it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Clock? You saw a clock? That would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I've got my bearings now. During the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Yeah, the murder weapon. Heck. Oopsies. This right here says it's a statue. Not a clock. So, I'm kinda calling bull. I think I should just go ahead and present. Ooh. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. How was this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Who do you think you are? Answer the question, Mr. Scott. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. Just tilted and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
See, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Do I? Well, the logical answer to keep this trial going would be to say, yes, I have an issue. But I, as a player, have yet to see. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon— oh. I didn't catch that. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. Oh. Do I have evidence? I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Just look at the witness's face.
Grandma.
The witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with a clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock. I heard, no, I mean, I saw... screams. What a lovely little scene. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death. Oh my god. Very dramatic.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright. Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Ooh. The whole case is riding on this. Better think it through carefully. Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawyer heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply ask the neighbors. Try sounding the clock. I mean, it should, yeah. No reason why it shouldn't be working. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawyer heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawyer, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What are you talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? Ooh. You can't prove that. You don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Wait. Seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Fortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawyer. Oh no! I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! Lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. You're going to jail. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Collett. Mia! Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. You can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow, and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Okay, easier said than done. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I can. I can guarantee you that if I was a little baby child playing this, I would just give up. Yeah. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Mr. Wright? Say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. You found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Gave us evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Pretty sure it's the passport. He, like, what? Changed the time of all the clocks in the building? In her apartment? Okay. Whatever. I know this is the right answer, but... The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. as we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Well, this is set in America, by the way. I'll explain Ace Attorney lore later. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? How clever. Oh goodness. I hope he's okay. I mean, he's definitely not a good person and he's going to jail, but I hope he's not, like, dying. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. I got through that so fast. I'm very sorry if that was, like, way too rushed. Oh, I thought this was gonna take a while. But I just kept clicking through. Okay. Well, I hope it made sense and that you were able to gather all the details and follow it as well as you could. Okay. Mr. Payne, no witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. Yeah, me neither. 45 minutes? And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Larry Butts. Ah yeah, give me that sweet, sweet not guilty verdict, baby. Thanks for the confetti. How festive. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sott was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sott let himself in to do his dirty work. Okay, so it really was Larry's fault that he left the door open. Like, just saying. While he was searching the place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sott grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Oh? Lobby number 2. Ooh. Still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. No, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. Never seen the Chief looking this happy. He's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. You're just such a wreck. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Okay, that's a reasonable, sad thing to be sad about. Larry, she was... Ah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Help me up. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Stop flirting with my boss. Oh, hey! Here, take this. It's a present. Present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. Wow! What a skilled craftsman! What an artist! I made one for her and one for me. Oh, really? You made this? And it's like complicated electronics too, because you had to like make it say the time or whatever. Oh, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. She was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to cry? Harry. You so sure? Excuse me? I love that. I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? You have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. Heck is she talking about? I think it was the fact that I was gonna say it's strange that she would change all the clocks in her apartment, but, you know, it means she brought it with her. Here is. To see her other boyfriend. How sweet. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. You took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. Think so? Pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. Glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe it, hold on. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Hey, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Are you flirting with me? What? I don't remember that happening. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. That clock was soon gonna be at the center of another incident. I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry. One promise that I wouldn't be able to. Well, that's ominous and intriguing, and makes the player want to go right to the second case. Oh, I missed that little jingle. The little save jingle. So cute. Very nice. Okay, tell you what. I think I'm not feeling too raspy right now. So I think I can keep like talking and doing funny little voices and acting or whatever. We could do like the intro of case 2. You do the intro of case 2, and then kind of before we get into like the investigation section, because you investigate the crime scene before you go to trial for the longer cases. Before we get to the investigation, we'll save that one for Wednesday. So, yeah, let's just do that. I think we can do that. Okay, yes, I'd like to save. These are all my old save files. These are the first 3 games that I ever played. Or my first three, like, when I went in blind for the first time. And these are just little cases that I'm replaying, and I think I'm just gonna drop all of them because I got to all the cases that I really don't like. Personally, I don't want to bias. That's just me. We'll overwrite this save file. It's just easy for me. Yes. Stream file is 10. Okay, on to Turnabout Sisters. Ow, 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 my... I'm okay. Ooh, a cell phone. Hello? Oh, oh! Hello, this is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me.
Yeah, what's up? I haven't called in a while.
Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been?
Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. Finally getting used to having my own place.
Good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask.
I know it. You want me to hold evidence for you?
Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I don't feel safe keeping the evidence here.
I gotcha. So, what is it this time?
It's a clock.
A clock?
Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the thinker. And it tells you the time. Thought you might like it. You always like toys.
Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore.
Ugh. Oh, good. Oh, no. For future reference, if anyone in a video game ever says sis or bro, I'm just replacing it with that sibling's name. That's purely personal. I don't like it when that's written in. Not a fan. Also, when the judge says order in the court, I'm just like, that's just too much repetition for me. Says it a lot, so I'm just not gonna say that. Future reference as well. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Oh, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? It's not working? That's lame.
I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead.
Papers? Is that the evidence then?
Well, there's a Oh, that meant to be Mia's line?
There's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes?
Can you come by the office tonight? 9 to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then.
Okay, Mia, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. Oh, I could really go for a good burger.
Okay, we'll hit the usual joints.
Alright, it's a deal. Okay, see you soon.
Yep. Be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded. September 5th, 9:27. Okay, and now it's nearly 9, so we should be expecting a little Miss Maya to be in the office, question mark? Unless she's late to everything. Oh, now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker. Swallow those papers. How could you know? Oh, you are not cogniferous of my background. Not a real word. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Faye. So very sad. But I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss. Again? It's a murder weapon again. White, blue. Okay. 12 minutes later. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh. Strange. Wait, why were you invited to the office anyway? At 9 in the evening. Strange. Chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. That smell. What? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Okay, I get that this is like a super tense moment, but I've never examined this part of the office, and I kind of want to. Wait, will it even let me? Aw, man. Fine. They never show you this part of the office ever again. At least I don't. Fine, I'll move. Oh, it's beveled. Smell. Blood. Yeah. Someone's there. Chief? Chief. Chief! Oh, she's dead. Who are you? Never mind. Strange girl dropped out cold. Left her lying on the office sofa. Went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. Feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, began to fade. Finally, she was. Chief. Okay, well, barring the dead body, let's just go ahead and examine the crime scene. There's a lot to look at here. Starting with this. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Okay. Did we examine the body? I don't want to. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this. There were any clues here? She was struck on the head with a blunt object. Probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Okay. Put that on the court record. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Okay, that's record too. Means it's gotta be important. Anything else that seems like a clue here? Oh, really? Did I examine the one thing that gets us right to the plot? I wanted to do extra stuff. Never mind. The paper. Must have fallen from Mia's hand. Hey. Oh, never mind. I still have time to do all the extra stuff. When I check the window and the etc. etc. A large building right across from the office. Gatewater Hotel. A nice luxurious place. Encrusted with dried blood. Ooh. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. I can re-examine her body. Painful to me. I have to, for Mia's sake. Yeah, she was hit in the head with a blunt weapon. Then we can slide over to the other side of the office. This board desk. The Fay & Co. ledger book. Oh. Everything's written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. Small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office desks. Then big on the stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. Oh, a computer. Dinosaur. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. Sounds like she was good with her money. Phone? Can I call? Right! I better call the police. It's funny. few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Oh, please come quick. What was that? Hello? Oh, someone's screaming from outside the window. Being very dramatic about it. She's staring right at me, holding a phone in her hand. That's the end of that. One receiver's missing a few screws, better not use it. Oh man. See that potted plant right there on the floor? Very important. Very important. Very important potted plant. This one doesn't matter though. Honestly, fuck this potted plant. Anyway, okay, now let's get right into the thick of it. A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Was it written with her blood? I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police. Find out what that girl was doing here. Oh? Can we move? Not what I wanted to press. Yeah, I guess we can just go back here. It's on the couch. Or not. That girl just now. Where'd she go? Put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. Hope she didn't run on me. Yipes. Yipes. Sorry, that's just a silly little word. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? Okay, I work here.
Maya Faye.
Faye? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. Never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Oh, can we chat with her first? Ask her some stuff? She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened?
I came in. The room was dark. And Mia.
She was already dead. Okay. So you're the chief's sister. I'm her oh no, I botched the line. I'm her younger sister. You were here visiting? Late at night? Yeah, you knew beforehand, Phoenix. Mia called you and said you could all get together for dinner at 9 p.m.
Yes, but she wanted me to keep some evidence for her.
Evidence?
Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker.
Okay. Now that we've got that... Oh, can we actually present this to her and be like, this is it? About the thinker.
The thinker? That was... Mia.
Oh no, I'm just making her more sad. Probably should not have asked her about the murder weapon. Anyway. Can I tell her I'm a lawyer? This is my precious little attorney's badge. No one would believe me. I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry it.
I'm sorry, I've never done that before.
Well, that's why I'm showing it to you now. So you can know. Anyway, let's get back into the thick of it. Before Mia died, she wrote this message from blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. Hold on, I really have to cough. Okay. Nope. I think I need some water. Okay. I think we're good. That's my name! What? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Mia write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Oh. The police. The police? Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze, police. Hello, sir. Alright, I'm Detective Get Gumshoe. See, I'm giving him the most atrocious New York accent. And I'm sticking with it. I'm just committing. Gumshoe, what an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. What must have been that woman I saw? Anyway, I don't want either one of you moving 1 inch, okay? Wait, she wouldn't have. Nah. Whoa, what? Excuse me. Ooh. This word Maya here mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. Eyes were heavy. Sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Okay, so this here is where the real investigation, starts. You really start getting into it, and couldn't tell, my voice is like starting to give out. So I think I'm gonna call it quits. And we'll come back to this on Monday. I'm pleasantly surprised with how this went. Didn't think we'd get past the first case so soon. Guess I underestimated just how short it was. So yeah, I guess I have a Twitter. If you guys want to let me know anything that you'd like to see me do or any suggestions. I do really want to know more stuff that I can do because I really do love the Ace Attorney series. Really love the Ace Attorney. But I'd always, wouldn't be against shaking things up. I do have a lot of games kind of queued up. Let's see. I have Life is Strange. I've been interested in playing that. Omori, that visual novel, looks really, really nice. I have a lot more, like, dating sim like visual novels. You guys already know that I'm playing Monster Prom. But I also have Hatoful Boyfriend, the bird game. And then I have Dream Daddy, which looks really good too. I love the art style for that. So I think those are the kinds of games that I'm interested in playing. Like more like story-based. So if you have a recommendation, or if you want to see something else, I could give it a try. Feel free. I would not be against looking at what you guys want to see. So I think that's going to be it for me. Just go ahead and save while I'm thinking of it. Yeah, that's it. Hope this was okay. Hope this was a passable experience for you. And that you spent your time well. Yeah, see you.